Good morning. How you doing, everybody? Well, I should say good afternoon, everybody. This is totally impromptu, totally on the fly, but I was inspired by a video I just got done watching that I really want to share with you. But let me see if I can get rid of some of that graininess in the background. Hold on. Just wait. All right. So anyway, I just got done watching a video from Mel from StreamYard, and I'm telling you, it was on engagement. It was on how to treat your community, how to engage with people, your audience members, and here's a shout out to Kenton, my new brother. I just am so excited to meet. He's out there in the audience, and Ken, I, I is, I just want to thank you. Uh, I'm probably hundreds of people I just invited. You're the only one that showed up, bro, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, what Mel's show from StreamYard was on. Oh, I see. That's okay. Well, I can't. That's really bad. So let me try and get rid of that. That that I don't know the graininess, whatever color is coming up. I see if I can get rid of it. Try one more time. Again, on the fly. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say about as good we're gonna get it. But anyway, it was on engagement. Try to ignore the background. So I guess I got about this to like that, totally impromptu. But it was on getting to know your audience, really connecting with them. And Mel said something that really resonated with me. Some reason that it's something that's happened to me over the years I've been doing this, and I intend and am really pointed on fixing it. She said, Mel said from StreamYard said, if you focus on numbers, comments, and likes, just stats basically, if you overdo that, you will lose connection with your audience. And you know what? I have done that. I'm guilty of it. So in this video, I want to be genuine, authentic, and real. In fact, speaking authentic, I just watched a video from Kenton. And I'll put it in the description of the video. But he was talking about being authentic. And you know what? I want to engage with you authentically. I want to engage with you just you and me just talking. So many times I've lost track of that. I'm gonna admit it. I'm guilty. I'm gonna confess it. I lost sight. I worked so hard in building Stroke TV media. That really Stroke TV media is about one thing and one thing only, about you. About us, really. It's about us becoming together as a community and supporting each other and being here for each other. And the reason I started this podcast is to be with you, to be with you. Because, let me play this bumper. Hold on, be right back. All right, that was a beat for in honor of Stroke Awareness Month. Remember, this month, May is Raising Stroke Awareness Month. So, share this video. if it or some other video on my channel. But the main thing is you subscribe to Stroke TV Media on YouTube, and then you share the video and raise some stroke awareness. But I really want to say from now on, because I got to see I kind of lost sight of this. Yeah. See, Ken is wants the same thing. So you may not know, or you may not know, Ken is a live streamer like me. And he's get the same thing. Ken, I can't wait to share this with you on what I learned from this video. It's pretty amazing, bro. You're going to like it. Oh, look who else out there from Georgia. Scott White, my brother. How you doing, Scott White, bro? I thank you for being out there. By the way, Ken, there is a stroke survivor that is gone from being a wheelchair to walking to seeing a vision and dreaming of driving again. Now, our stroke brain tells us we can't do something. It's what Jeff Hazlett calls self-imposed limitation. So our mind is strokes of our sleep. Now, you're not going to drive. Well, guess what? Scott kept the vision, kept the dream. He's driving now. He drives to the gym every morning. Did you go to the gym this morning, Scott White? Bro, I'm curious. So we'll find out Scott White went on to drove himself to the store, drove himself to the gym or something. In fact, hey, Ken, do you want to, Ken or Scott or both? Let me know in chat if you guys have to come on, just do an impromptu right now together. Well, it's fine by me. You want to get together, want to shoot the breeze. You used to call it shoot the shit. And let me know in comments if you're able to come on live with me right now. But I want to make every podcast I do about you, about us as a community. But I really want to focus on building a relationship with you. If that's one thing that spurred me on to kind of do what I do. I was in utter and absolute darkness when I had my brain aneurysm stroke back in 2010. And I found a way out of the suicidal darkness I was in. I found a way out of the darkness. And that is what is really my driving force behind what I do. Is I found a way out and I want to share that with you. Is Scott drove the gym every morning, 7 days a week. Boom, Scott. He could be looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger pretty soon, I'll tell you what. And good things to sharing, Scott. But, again, I'm going to say Kenton or Scott or both. Put in chat whether you want to come online with me. I'll message you on Facebook a link to come on the screen. But let me know. If you don't, I understand. I'm just telling you about this. So I'm not expecting it to. So now figure out what's that. Remember, my memory deficit not good. Well, but the reason I do what I do, I have found the way out. Okay, oh my gosh, can this confirm me? Oh, can this available way to meet this brother? Hold on. I'm gonna give him the link. I'm gonna invite him. I'm gonna cut. Oh, now we're gonna have a basis. We're gonna have my two good brothers, Ken and Scott, are about to come online. Let me get Just send them a chat with the link right now. And I'm going to do that right now. Let's see if I can get there's great as Ken Rogers. All right, there it is, Ken. It's on the screen right now. And one for Scott. There wasn't big guys against sidetracked, but it'll be worth it. Wait till you see these two brothers. Amazing brothers. So bear with me just a minute. I'm sending a link. Oh, great. What does that mean? It says, Scott, you're not available on Messenger. I have no idea why. So, sorry, Scott. Looks like it's Ken and I. Because I know Ken is available. And here he is, my bro Ken. Hold on. Well, hello, Ken. No audio, bro. No
How
audio.
you doing? That's what I'm trying to figure it out now. I think I got it right.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, and yourself, Aaron?
I'm doing better now that you're here, my brother. But introduce yourself to the community. Let me try now. Wait, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm Kenton Rogers, and I am a multiple stroke survivor. And I just got to meet my brother this week, but I feel like I've known him for a while. Aaron, you've been such a blessing to me. I was actually sitting here, and I had just set up to go live, right? And then I saw your message come through that you was going live. So I had already posted I was going live. You know what I did? I canceled it and moved it to 8 o'clock so I could be here with you.
Wait, man, Ken is freaking awesome, bro. It says that it's brought like it brings almost tears to my eyes because you and I are both spiritual people, and God has worked miracles in life, and that we witnessed a miracle. Are you setting up, going live, then being able to me right now? To time is come on, where do you live?
I live in Sumter, South Carolina.
Okay, God knows He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and end. He's not bound by distance. You're in South Carolina. You're here now, and I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for being there.
You're welcome. It's good to be here with you.
Yeah, you do. You being a live streamer, I'm gonna share a video I just watched. I think is a game changer for us as streamers. And Mel from StreamYard just did it yesterday live.
Okay.
And it's about engagement. It's about building an audience, building a relationship. What you and I are doing right now is being authentic. And that's one thing about your video, which I'll touch on in a minute. But one thing that you and I really need, the reason we do what we do is sometimes, if you're like me, it gets sidetracked on stats. It gets basically the technical portion of what we do.
Right.
That you end up forgetting your audience. You end up forgetting your main focus is your audience, bro. It's you. It's a community. Now, over the years have been let it happen. I've allowed my distance to we can fix it on the stats. How about you? Where you been at?
Well, I've definitely at times found myself because of course you want people to see what you're doing, and you're not like totally oblivious to the stats and everything like that. But I definitely understand that what's most important is building and securing those relationships, which is more important. And so that's why even as I came on, I made sure that I shared your video, even on my Facebook page, because I want other people to know that it's not just me that's been affected by just this week watching your podcast, watching your live streams. But you gave me connection this week. I felt like I was alone, as a stroke survivor, because my platform that I had totally changed. And you actually said something to me about
That's right, I did. I
it.
did.
It totally changed. I was a singer, but who wants to hear this person now sing since I've had a stroke? But the reality is that just this week, I made this connection on the StreamYard page. Someone connected me to you and said, I think you need to connect with Aaron.
Man, that ain't a miracle, bro. Come on. That's like God getting there, moving all the pieces around and lining it all up.
Exactly.
You know, you know, you said, I am honored that you said what you just said about connecting with me and inspiring you. But I watched a video, I think, yesterday. The video from YouTube channel, which we will give in just a second. But I realized you were authentic. I mean, you're being real. And I want to be more real. When I first started, I was real. But I gotta confess, bro. I got sidetracked on the technical portion. Then, and then,
Yeah, and I tell you that actually resonates with me in life, because in the earlier part of my life, doing what I did, I was connected and focused on the people. You know what I'm saying? And then I also lost focus. And I believe, and I'm grateful to God today for the grace. I'm not necessarily grateful for the stroke, grateful for the grace that I'm learning to appreciate because of the stroke. I'm grateful for how the stroke had a way of bringing me back in focus to what's most important, and that wasn't easy for me because I went through depression. I wanted to kill myself. I ended up in the psychiatric ward because I was going. One day when I went to the doctor, I knew that if I went to go get my a finger prick because of blood thinners that I'm on, and I knew that day that if I went back home, I was going up to the 8th floor of the building I lived in, and I was going to jump off. I was sure I was going to do that, and because of that, I talked to them and I let them know because I didn't want to do it, but I knew that was what I was going to do. And so they ended up admitting me at that day. And it's because of that experience that I'm still alive today, Aaron. And that was after the stroke.
that is so powerful, bro. And thank you for being vulnerable and telling the truth because I think, and given today is kind of new, is that authenticity, really being real. And yeah, I was suicidal when I first had my stroke. And you, audience, if you're watching this on the replay, if you went through suicidal thoughts earlier on in your stroke, put it in comments, either live or on the replay, whether you went through suicidal thoughts and how you came out of it. Because I know that for me, Ken, I need to surround myself with positivity. And I found I like you. Well, I'm in the place where I found a way out of the darkness. I found a way out of suicide. I found a way out of what stroke tries to limit you. But that's it. It's our own mind that limits us. It's our own mind. That's what you see in the bottom of my name. It's the battle you fight about stroke is written in your mind. That is what I've learned. Is that if you get in your mind the different ways of thinking, it changes everything. It changes your whole attitude to it. Have you found the same thing, or what's up with that?
Yes, definitely. But and it took me a while because I realized, You know, one of the things that I went through over the past, even just the past year and a half almost, I found myself in a 12-step group called Codependence Anonymous. You know, and I realized that I was codependent. And so afterwards, because of the stroke, and everyone seemingly that was there for me was no longer there like they used to be there. And so it meant that I had to take the time to spend time with myself, getting to know myself, getting to know my higher power. And I didn't realize that I had so much built up anger and frustration and rage, you know. And when you have to sit alone with yourself and there's no one else around, you know, it makes you you're either going to do what you're either going to take your life, or you're going to make up your mind that I'm a survivor and that I will survive. You know what I'm saying? And but I had to go through some healing. It took me going through some healing. I had a lot of addictions. I had a sexual addiction, you know. I had to get over that. And I'm grateful to my higher power that I've been able to have that behind me. And so even when you were talking on one of your live streams about the only time to look back is when you're looking back at where you've come from,
Yeah, that's right.
you know. And I can look back now, Aaron, and see where I've come from. And the fact of the matter is that I'm still here. I'm still alive. And so higher power has me here and alive for a reason, not to be shut up in my room doing nothing. And even if I'm here, I can still, because of the internet, reach out and touch other people's lives and encourage them that even having a stroke or 2 strokes is not the end of the world. We're still here for a reason.
Yeah, you know, I can remember that word coming to me that you were used to be a singer and you speak pretty out about there and you celebrity kind of, and your mind was telling you it's over because you had a stroke and you can't hit the notes, the chords you hit, the notes you hit singing. And that's when I said, you haven't, it hasn't stopped. Your platform's changed.
Right.
And that is where I got in. I didn't want to predict because I used to get excited and really feel I knew the future, but I don't. But it was I do feel the energy of God, the Holy Spirit I feel, telling me that there's something big coming our way. And I hate to, I'm not promising anything. It could be totally wrong, but I didn't know if you feel the energy. But there is something happening. There's something shifting.
Wow. I received that.
Yeah.
I received that.
Yeah. Man. You know, I've been serving the stroke community for 14 years, or 10 years now. I have served 14 years ago. I had a brain injury as a first. And then while I was in a coma, 2 weeks later, I had a stroke in my coma. But in serving the community and being what we're doing right now, this is it, bro. There are so many people that are stuck in darkness that we're going to help. I know it. I know it.
I believe it. I believe it. And I'm here with you.
I,
So
I,
you told me the other day, you said, welcome home. You're not alone, bro. And I'll come and tell you it's good to be home and you're not alone either. So I'm just grateful that you are here. You know, I'm grateful that you're here and that you're here when I needed to get here. I made it here. And because you've been doing what you're doing for as long as you've been doing it, you know, you are that bright, shining light that higher power has used even for me to encourage me, man, to keep going and to move forward to do what I'm doing. Because I used to do live streams and then I stopped, you know, and then I was struggling with starting back. But just this week, joining the StreamYard page, and then all of the people that begin to respond to my post, and then they connecting me with you. You know, man, you don't know. I know that there's a power greater than me that's orchestrating this.
Oh, you better believe I'm just so excited. I have to be careful because my speech gets turned shit when I sit there and get excited because I start talking too fast. But I'll tell you, bro, there's something shifting, and I'm so none of that. You mentioned several things that seem alone standalone, like joining the StreamYard page, a group, talking with Bruschetti out there on StreamYard, yeah, finding me. Those are all things. One in out of billions of people. Here you are.
Yes.
So for anybody that doesn't think that God still works miracles, He still does. He still
Yeah,
does.
that's for sure. You
And I
know.
don't ever really call God your higher power because, God doesn't really care. You know, I've got to be like, he's still in the names or words. And
Exactly.
it is what it is, bro. It's about love. Bottom line's about love.
Yeah.
It's love you and I share the energy of love. It's love we share amongst our community.
Right. And it's that energy. It's that mutual energy that we're able to connect. And like you say, it's not about what we call, but it's the energy that we are able to have this conversation and connect with one another the way that we've connected, and that's what's awesome. And I learned something else this
Well,
week. When you tried to reach me, right, you couldn't reach me. I didn't know why. But
yeah.
because of you not being able to reach me, it helped me to learn that I needed to go and change my settings. My settings were not set properly so that someone could send me a friend request. But if it had not been for you reaching out and not being able to get through to me, I would never found out. So how many other people may have been trying to reach out and couldn't reach out and connect with me as well? So again, all things happen for a reason.
Oh my God, there are no mistakes, bro.
There are
And
no.
I'm a firm believer, no, there are no mistakes in our lives. I have there's an inspirational that says, sometimes when your life feels like it's falling apart, it's really falling into place.
I like that.
It was good.
I like that.
It's good.
You
It's
know what? You need to put that on a t-shirt.
I know. I forget who said that, but it's my joint inspirational. I don't know if I can. No, I guess I'm up on the screen. You know, Ken, I'm not going to say anything other than just sit back and enjoy it. Enjoy like you said, the amazing grace, mercy, and love of God. That's I'm going to enjoy it, bro.
Yep.
Now you have your own YouTube channel. You want subscribers like me. So what is the name of your YouTube channel, bro? Is that
Um, the YouTube channel is exactly what I have up there. Kenton Rogers Live.
all right? So Ken Rogers Live is endorsed for Stroke TV Media. Now listen, I know for a fact because Ken just told me yesterday. I think he's building a YouTube channel from scratch again, so definitely could use some subscribers, and you're gonna see more. I had a feeling you're gonna see a lot more Ken on a YouTube channel, but Ken, you are a recording artist, or what? Can I tell me a little about your background before your stroke?
Yes, I was a recording artist. I have CDs and music out. I've traveled around the country. I've traveled out internationally, as well. I've been to Japan a number of times. I've traveled in Ireland singing and other countries. And And that's what I've done all of my life. That was my livelihood, you know, singing. So for me, and even though I did other things as a speaker and everything like that, my main livelihood was my singing. So to lose that part of myself is like it's almost like a death, you know. So it was definitely something that caused me to have to deal with grief and to overcome grief, you know. But I've traveled and and you know what? Though I'm unable to do what I used to do the way I used to do it now, I'm believing that I'm going to sing again.
I
That
do too.
yeah, that this is just something I had to go through because um I there needs to be some work going that needs to be done within me to prepare me for what's coming that I do believe is going to be greater than what's been.
Yeah, you don't. If you look at all the great in the Bible, I'm just gonna since you might know some story, like let's take King David, a man that wrote Psalms. He was the king of David. He slept with the Bathsheba. He murdered someone, but God used him because he received His grace and mercy. Paul, Saul of Tarsus, killed and murdered Jews, Christians everywhere, not Jews, Christians everywhere. He's a murderer, but yeah, wrote most of the New Testament. I'm just saying, you and I, bro, if we're willing to receive the grace, mercy, love, and forgiveness of God, our life is about to take off. I'm telling you, it's about to take off.
I believe it. I believe it.
So, yeah, can I ask you a question? We're going pretty soon. But you said you had two strokes. Explain your first one and your second one, if you please. Tell me about it.
Okay. My my first stroke. I went to bed on a Friday night, and when I woke up the next day, I could tell something was off. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I could feel something was off as I went to the bathroom that morning. My equilibrium was off. I felt like I was somewhat like intoxicated in my walking and everything. It wasn't I couldn't gauge how my feet were stepping as I made those steps. It was just different, you know. And then I also realized talking to someone when someone called me later that day, I realized that my speech was off. It was slurred. You know, I wasn't in no pain. I didn't have no pain, but my speech was slurred and my equilibrium was off. And I literally didn't even do nothing about it. I knew I had an appointment coming up on that Tuesday with my primary care physician. So I waited until I went to my appointment. And even when I went to my appointment, my speech was still slurred. My footing wasn't great, but I made it there. And when I walked in, the first thing my doctor said to me, she said, what's wrong with you?
Well, no.
She said, you look like you may have had a stroke.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah, I heard your face are drooping.
right, because she saw the facial drooping. The reality is that I never looked in the mirror. And so I never saw the facial drooping. I just knew I had slurred speech and my footing was off. But she saw it right away and they immediately admitted me into the hospital.
Wow.
And that was my first stroke. Um, I was able to bounce back from them doing some rehabilitation, you know, at that part. And I got back to life as normal. You know, there was seemingly no um deficits from the first one. But the second one, here's the thing. I did not have the equilibrium off. I don't even really remember any real major slurring of speech. However, when I went to sing, I could not hit my higher register. And so every time I would go up, then I would start coughing, and everything like that, and I didn't have the range that I had before. And so to me, the second one was more devastating than the first one, because after the first one, I did a production of what would you go gospel at Colonus, where I was the Oedipus, and I did that particular role, and after that, I ended up having the second stroke shortly after that, and since then I've done some events, but it definitely hasn't been what it's been. So no one really calls. I don't really do much.
I'm curious. You go from that was your livelihood, your singing, to all of a sudden it's taken away. How do you tie that in with God, your higher power? How do you tie that event of losing your ability to go higher register? How do you tie that into where you're at today?
Well, I'll be honest with you, it has not been easy. It's been a very difficult process for me, because after that, I began to live even more. You would think it would have been different, but I lived even more reckless. I started living more reckless. I started experimenting with different types of drugs to help me get through that whole piece that I was going through. I'm grateful that I'm drug free, and that even using the drugs, that I didn't become addicted to them, but I used them and I experienced it. I remember one day using and like I say, the people that I began to hang around, because my whole circle kind of dissipated. So I started developing new relationships with people, and the people that I was connecting with were people who were using drugs, and they never offered the drugs to me. They never tried to give it wasn't peer pressure. I wish I could say it was peer pressure, because then I could blame them. It wasn't peer pressure. It was me. I had some stuff within me that needed to be rectified. And I began to try different things because I didn't want to deal with the actual pain. But I realized that pain and the trauma that I was trying to overcome, it really didn't just happen because of the stroke. It was stuff, and the little child Kenton, the child within me from my past, things that little Kenton never got, And so I literally had to learn how to deal with the child within me, and then start learning to parent that little child Kenton that's still there in this adult. So it's still a process. I would definitely say I'm not at a place of perfection, but I'm making progress.
Yeah, obviously. We are our worst critics. I think every stroke lover out there that I've ever dealt with is always harder on themselves than the person's dealing with them.
Uh-huh.
But you know, I'm really glad you're born. I will say one thing is that when we sit there and see how bad things are getting and what we think are bad things again, there is a brighter side to life. And there is a bright for me it was you saw that video that global business celebrity Jeffrey Hazel made for me. And I would never thought in a million years I'd be friends with a global business celebrity, but I'm just saying that when things, I will only say one thing. Just before the sun rises, just before the sunrise on earth, the darkest time of night comes. And you look at your life and my life. It was the darkest time that we came out of, the darkest time of our life. But I'm telling you, there is a sunrise about to come, bro, in our life that's gonna blow us away. I believe it.
I believe it too. Aaron, I believe it too.
All right. Well, bro, I'm also real quick. I'm gonna be doing. I'm standing right now. I am holding on to the thing. I'm in wheelchair for 14 years, but I'm standing. I'm gonna do a restaurant podcast standing, and I feel really blessed you're here, bro. I really do. Makes really, really, really. Thank you.
You got it. And it's good to be here. And look at how we got connected today.
Yeah.
You was watching Mel on a StreamYard video, which inspired you to do this particular live today. Stroke of Genius podcast wants to get to know you. And here I am. And we had actually talked about doing a live stream.
Yeah.
But guess what? We didn't have to plan it ourselves.
God.
We doing it now.
That is incredible, Ken. Oh God. Anybody out there, if you'd like this kind of live impromptu chat on Saturday morning, let me know. Put in comments if you find any value out of this. Watching this on replay. But Ken, I gotta go. I gotta go sit down, lay down for a little bit because I've been up for a while. So, but I want to thank you, and I'm looking forward to working with you more, bro.
You got it. You got it. It was good being here with you.
All right, great being with you too. Have a
All
great
right.
day, Ken.
All right, you do the same.